Hey team, Beck here. Just carrying on from the last video, there's one thing that I want you to understand before we really get into this. Before we start doing the exercises and the tactics, and this is really the most important thing, is your knowledge that however things are now, that regardless if they're good or bad, etc., they can change, and you have got the power to actually change those things. If you think about yourself as a baby, you were not worried about your hair day or your outfit, or if you pooped yourself. You weren't worried about that stuff. And so what's happened is, since you grew up, you had all these years of things happening, and what happened is, when those things happened to you, lots of different things, you made it mean something. There's some story attached to it. And most of the time, for most humans, what happens is, when something happens, there are a few main things that happen when we're younger, and then they may not be good or bad or anything. It may be almost nothing. You might not even notice it. But you switched on a part of your brain that was like, it made you believe that you weren't good enough. It made you believe that you maybe weren't lovable. It made you believe that you weren't worthy. It's usually one of those things. And so I'm not going to go too much into all this stuff, but what I want you to know is that when that happened, you decided that thing and then promptly forgot that it was a decision. And then, as things happened over the years, you added evidence to that decision that you made, and it became, in your brain, that became the truth. Now that doesn't make it the truth. It became your truth. It became true to you. It doesn't mean that that any of it's true, actually. In fact, we made it up. If you want to put it like that, we made it up. And so what I want to show to you in the next few videos are some strategies and ways to really take those things, and if you think about holding a slingshot, those things are dragging you back, right? They're dragging you, they're really stopping you from doing what you want to do, and your life's trying to move forward, and you're like, nah, because I've got these reasons back here. Now what happens is, if you let go of those, I really love slingshots, you guys. What happens is, when you let go of those things, what happens when you release the back slingshotty thing? It propels you forward, right? Like a bloody torpedo. So what we want to do is really release those things. Now, that's kind of where the metaphor ends, because it is something that it takes a little bit of time. It takes more time than watching a few videos. You're going to have to do some work on it. You're going to have to start reminding yourself, when you say things in your head that aren't the truth, and go, is that true? I mean, is it the truth? No, I mean, can you know if it's the truth? No, you can't really. So I'm not going to go too much into that in this video, but I want you to know that that whatever's going on in your head, whatever's happened in your life, that is, it's not set in stone. Whatever's happening for you right now can change. The way you think about yourself can change. The things that have happened in your past, you're right, because I know what you're thinking, those can't change, they happened. But we can change the story that we tell around those things. And I think that if you're going to believe a story, you might as well believe one that helps you get what you want. So what we're going to be doing is releasing those old stories and creating new stories that support our beliefs and support how we want our lives to be. Because the only reason that you might not be satisfied with how things are right now is because you have a vision of how you want them to be, or you want them to be different than they are. Otherwise, you'd just be satisfied with what there was, right? So you want to take, what we're going to do over the next couple of days, or however long it takes you to watch this, is we're going to take those thoughts and those stories and the situation that you're in right now, and we're going to see what you actually want, and we're gonna release some of the stories that you have around things that you decided when you were young, and things that you're deciding right now, and how you talk to yourself right now, and a bunch of other things. So in the interest of not making this video too long, I want to divide out into those topics, and I will see you in the next video.